Hi everyone. You're not used to seeing me here. I'm at my parents' house on Long Island and they went out for the day, so I thought might as well make a video. I need to train, you need to train. It all works out so well. So today I have for you all a full flexibility workout video. This is going to be a longer workout. I haven't timed it out perfectly yet, but it's at least going to last for 45 minutes. It might even go past an hour. I don't know. We'll see. The adventure is never ending. So this is going to be one of my harder videos for those of you looking to really take big steps in your flexibility journey and to see more results in your flexibility progress. I would definitely not label this workout as beginner friendly. However, I do think there are a lot of beginner friendly moves within the span of this workout. So if you're newer to flexibility training, please give it a try. Do what you can, but be careful. Don't work out past the point of injury. For this workout, I highly recommend you have 2 blocks. I also have 2 yoga mats here. I have a thicker one for my knees and then a stickier one so I don't slide when I'm holding positions like downward dog. You're also going to want to set yourself up near a wall today. I also have my iced coffee, which counts as my fluid. And I also have my phone with me today because I would like to hold some poses. In fact, I'm going to get the timer ready to go. So when I teach a full flexibility class, I always like to build up to a certain pose. I think today's goal is going to be a forearm wheel. So what I love about forearm wheels is not all the weight is resting on your hands, so it's way more wrist friendly than a regular wheel pose. What I don't like about a forearm wheel pose is it does require a lot of shoulder mobility. So we'll definitely have to get those shoulders nice and stretched out and mobile, super mobile. But as you go through the training, just be careful. If you push too hard, you could tweak something. I've done it before, so just be mindful about your training. Push yourself, but in moderation. Everything that I'm using today for this practice, I'm going to post in my Amazon storefront. I know a lot of times when I post these videos, I get comments like, I don't know, what yoga mat should I use? I don't know where to get yoga blocks. Well, I order all of my stuff from Amazon. I'm not working with these brands as a partnership. These are just products that I like. If you go to my Amazon storefront and make a purchase, I will get a small percent of the commission. It does help me out and I am grateful for it. And it is in a little way kind of like paying me for this video. Also, before we get into it today, of course, please hit the like and subscribe button with the notification bell on. I don't have a regular posting schedule. I make videos as I find space and time to do it. So that notification bell is going to alert you every single time I post. All right, enough chit chat. Let's get this party started. So you can set your yoga blocks to the side. Today, we're going to start on our backs. So my legs are going to be long, head is resting gently on the floor, arms are out to the side, and just start by nodding your head side to side. Last time. And then return your gaze back to the ceiling. I'm kind of short on space. I'm just going to scooch up, but we're going to straighten our arms behind us, straighten our legs, and we'll just start pointing and reaching through one side of the body and then the other. Through one side and then the other, like maybe a little starfish or maybe a little cat pawing from side to side. Feel the right side of your body stretch and then the left side. Remember to keep breathing as you go along. Relax your body. You're gonna take your left hand, glide it across your chest, slide it along your right arm to meet your right hand. Take your left toes, stretch them behind you so you're in a twist. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Relax, release. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So right hand slides across your body to meet your left hand. Slide it back and relax. From here, pull your knees in towards your chest. Let's start circling them away from each other. And then reverse the circle. And then bring those knees together and we'll stir the pot. This time both legs together. Kind of like a gentle massage for your spine. And then stir the pot the other way. From here, a right ankle crosses in front of left thigh. Reach your hands through your legs, grab the back of your left thigh, flex your left foot, rock side to side. Just gently stretching the outer side of your right hip. Pause in the center. Use your right elbow to press against the back of your right thigh. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. On one release, we're going to switch sides, taking your left elbow in front of your right, flexing your right foot, bending your right knee, threading your arms through. What am I doing? Sorry. Wrong way. Breathing. Pausing in the center, and then left elbow presses down. Holding for 4. Holding for 3. Holding for 2. On one, release. Hands come down by your side. Let your feet float down. Let me make sure there's no blocks blocking the way. We're going to do a couple of bridges just to get some strength into the legs and the butt. So from here, press those feet into the ground, round the tailbone off the floor, reach the hips up to the ceiling. Give yourself a little squeeze at the top, then start to lower down. Don't let your tailbone settle completely into the ground. Just let it graze the floor before you press back up. Keep on going for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, keep the hips high. We'll pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips up. Step your feet to the edges of your mat. Come onto your toes. From here, we'll pull the knees together, open them up for 10, 9, 8. I have to remember to smile. 7. I normally have the ugliest flex face when I'm training. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more full set. Then let's bring the knees out. We're pulsing them out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in slightly, lower the heels to the ground, step the feet back in a little closer, about hips width distance apart. Press the hips up. We're just going to hold it here for 10. Arms can stay down or you can reach them up and hold for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, roll down, starting from your upper, mid, low back. Now you can let that tailbone rest into the ground. From here, grab your knees in towards your chest. Come on up. From here, we'll either come over your legs, or for me, I'm turning the other direction, coming onto all fours. Let's do a couple of cat-cow circles just to get some mobility in the spine. Whichever direction you're going, go the other way. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Reach your left hand, thumbs up forward, up to the ceiling and around. For 4. Try and keep your hips square to the ground. For 3. For 2. On 1, we'll reverse for 4. For 3. For 2. This time on 1, we're gonna hold the hand up high, reach towards the ceiling. Open the chest wide as we pulse the left arm back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float the hand down. Before we do the other side, we're gonna take a quick interim. We're coming to a seated position on our feet. Clasp your hands together behind you. Punch the knuckles to the ground. Puff the chest forward. Squeeze those shoulders together behind you. Let your head and neck relax up. Keep punching towards the ground, squeezing, arching the spine, holding for 4. For 3, stretch through the neck. For 2. On 1, release. Make your way back to all fours. I'll turn around just so you can see me better. And we'll start our circles to the other side. Right hand or whichever arm you didn't do yet. We have 3 more. 2 more. 1 more this way. And reverse for 4. This shoulder is a little messed up for me, so it might not look as smooth circling. This is the last full one. Reaching up, opening up, pulsing back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And float that hand down. Grab one of your yoga blocks. Sit back down onto your heels. Now remember, if you have bad knees, which you guys, I get that, you can always sit on a yoga block for a little bit of help. We're not going to be here a crazy long amount of time, but just in case, you're going to take your yoga block in your hands. Try not to grab onto it. Yeah, just use your palms to press down. You're going to reach it up, keeping all of this neutral, core engaged. We're pulsing the arms back, straight elbows for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Keep them back. And from here, keeping those elbows parallel, we bend and straighten the arms for 10, 9, stop gripping your block, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, head should be neutral. Last one, and lower your block down. I'm facing forward because we need to get into some of that side body. So I'm sweeping one arm forward, shooting the opposite leg out, reaching, stretching to the side. This is when those double mats for the knees come into handy. Let's hold here for 4. You can let your head drop. For 3, reach through the arm for 2. On 1, sweep back through center. Reaching both the arm and the leg out. Holding for 4, maybe letting the head drop. Keep those hips pressing forward. For 3, for 2. On one, sweep back down. I'm just gonna turn to the side so you can see me. We're gonna go into our first mini back bend. So pull your arms up your thighs, press your chest forward, come on up to your knees. From here, place your hands on your butt, just about your sacrum area. Squeeze those elbows together, engage your core. From here, first baby back bend, pressing your hips forward. This is the first thing we're doing today, so don't go crazy. Just holding here for 4, for 3, for 2, on 1. Come on up straight, just look forward. We're gonna do just a touch of core work just to continue warming up the body, and then we'll get into our lunges and our back bends. So, because we are going into a forearm wheel, let's do some core work a la forearm plank. So again, arms parallel. I like to take one hand, windshield wiper it, place it down. From here, shoot one foot back, shoot the other foot back. If you do that and you find your butt is up like mine, squeeze it in. You should look like a plank, hence the word plank. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, I'm slightly windshield wipering my right arm inward, turning onto my side. You can remain here with staggered legs or stacked legs. Ooh, I fell off the mat. Again, the right side of your hip, if your right arm is down, should be lifting. You can reach up. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, forgot to smile again, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're coming through center to do that on the other side. Sorry, you're gonna have a nice view of my butt. I don't wanna stop. Again, arms can be staggered. Legs can be staggered or stacked. Hand can be on hip or reaching. We're here for 10. Keep lifting that bottom hip up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come back to your forearms on one. Last chance, going for 10. If your shoulders have fallen behind your elbows, bring them slightly forward. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, no rest for the weary. We're gonna press our booty up, coming into dolphin pose. From here, take a few moments to rock forward and back, really pushing those forearms away from you. Feel a stretch in the shoulders, and then bringing them closer. Try and keep your legs straight. Let's go back and forth. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, hold your butt in the back position. Press through those arms. Press your shoulders away from you. Holding for 4, for 3, for 2. On one, relax your knees to the ground. We're gonna come in to our first puppy pose. So we do puppy poses all the time together. So if you're new to me and you're not sure what a puppy pose is, butt stays in line with the knees, arms stretch out. We're lowering our chest to the ground, gaze is forward, and we're breathing. As you inhale, you can take a slight round. As you exhale, push your chest down. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one, come on up. If you need a sip of water, now's a great time to take it. We are gonna get into our lunges. So make sure you have your yoga blocks nearby. And then we will meet in a downward dog, just pedaling out the feet. Let me fix my mat super quickly and pedal. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. All right, from here, right foot points, right knee forward, right foot to the ground. You don't need your blocks just yet. We're gonna come all the way up. Take a moment. As you come up, you might, lose your balance. That's okay. Take a moment to settle everything down, making sure your legs are on two train tracks, not crisscrossing. And then from here, hands on hips, back knee taps the ground. Now try and stay a little lower as you straighten that leg behind you. We're gonna tap it down, straighten the leg. That was 2. We have 3 more. 2 more. On 1, just leave the knee there. From here, something we don't do too much in my tutorials is a 90-90 lunge. So a 90-90 lunge is different than a regular low lunge in a sense that you're not sinking your hips down. Now, I love sinking my hips down. I think it's an amazing lunge. It's my favorite lunge. I prefer to do that lunge. That lunge is more helpful to me. A 90-90 lunge just stretches different hip flexors and it works different parts of your body and it's more active. So in your 90-90 lunge, your knee is stacked over your heel, but your butt is in line with your back knee. So your butt is not in front of everything, right? And from here, I don't feel anything right now. So what I do is I jam my front foot down. I lean back ever so slightly, engage the abs. I'm gonna say that probably 90 times more during this session. And then I almost try and pull that back leg forward. Now I feel an intense stretch going down from my hip flexor down my back thigh. So I feel not just the hip flexor, I feel the quad here too. And because we haven't done that much side body stuff, we're gonna take a side body stretch here. So since my right leg is forward, my right arm is coming in on the inside. My left arm is reaching up and out to the side. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Just feel a nice stretch going down your back hip. Hold here for 4, for 3, for 2, on 1, lift up. And even though this is not a splits day, we're still gonna give ourselves a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So if you lean back, you'll straighten up, stretch that right leg out, flex the foot, reach down, grab your blocks or the ground if you prefer, as long as you're not turning into a little cat. Yeah, keep that back relatively flat, and we'll rock the hips side to side. This is more gonna just be for giving that hip flexor a break. So we'll take a nice hamstring stretch. And hey, whenever you work on back bends, you're usually still working on your splits as well, because a good back bend workout should have a lot of hip work. And sometimes all you need to get your split is just to loosen up and strengthen those hip flexors. So bear that in mind. Don't ever feel like, oh, I didn't work on my splits today because you backbended. You shouldn't feel like that. Everything works together to create a more flexible body. All right, I'm just gonna take 1 hold. So I'm gonna make sure my hip is down, and then I'm gonna relax my head down and hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. On 1, I'm gonna come up, and this is when I'm grabbing that little timer of mine, because this is when I wanna do my timed holds. Now, if you were one of those people who was like, I hate that 90-90 lunge she's doing, and just were jealous and angry that you didn't get to do your low lunge, well, now you can. And we're gonna hold this for 2 minutes. So the timer is on, and A couple of things to note. I mean, we hold low lunges. Oh, my boss is texting me. I'll text her back later. We hold low lunges in almost all of my videos that you've seen. But, you know, just in case you're new to me, let's go over the important things. One, your front heel should not be behind your front knee. It should be in line or a touch forward. That gives you more room for your hips to sink down. Two, for right now, we shouldn't have an arch in our back. So you should be trying to pull in, but at the same time, sinking down. It's really challenging. Three, you should not be leaning forward. So a lot of times I see my students when they get into this, they think they're being so awesome by having their blocks at a low level. You can only have your blocks at a low level if you can stay upright like that. That's why I highly suggest keeping your blocks on the higher setting. And just breathe. Just enjoy that hip flexor expanding underneath you. And if this is something new to you and you're dying at this point, we only have about 30 seconds left. But if you're dying at this point, by all means, take breaks. Don't hold it. You know, some of you might just not be physically or mentally prepared to do this quite yet. I'm regretting 2 minutes already myself. This is the first thing I'm doing today, and I'm like, ow. Only 10 seconds left. We got this, you guys. That's time. All right, pull the hips back. Both hands on the inside of the right leg. Swing the leg around. Now, I'm so lucky because I kind of have like a door with a lip here that I can sneak my toes under. If you have anything nearby where you can sneak your feet underneath, that would be ideal. If not, don't worry about it. From here, we're gonna do some active back bending. I don't have enough room myself to keep my arms long in front of me. If you want to challenge yourself, you should do that. So for me, I'm gonna do the next best thing. I'm gonna have my arms by my side, thumbs up, and I'm gonna do 12 upper back lifts. So what that's gonna look like is my feet are trapped, my legs are long, and I'm just lifting. I'm looking up 12 times. Let's all go together right now for 12, 11, keep those arms high, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and calm down. If your arms are in front of you, bring them back to the side like me. We're gonna do a little gentle pec stretch. So one hand comes down, press your body, twist over, feel a stretch in your shoulder. If you don't, move your shoulder up or down as needed. And breathe for 4, for 3, for 2, on 1, coming back through center. Other arm is long. Give yourself your little twist. And hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Make your way back through center. We're gonna come on to our forearms. This time, we're gonna go back and forth between a plank and a Sphinx back bend. So you're gonna be on the top, so you're not tucking your toes for this plank. You're just gonna pull your guts in, lift your knees off the ground, hold for 4, 3, 2, on 1. You're gonna lower down slowly, not plop down. Then use your forearms to pull your chest through, look up to the ceiling, and hold for 4. Keep pulling your chest forward. 3, keep looking up. 2, we're gonna do this 2 more times, coming to our plank for 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull and look for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, coming to plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. And Sphinx for 4, 3, 2. This time on 1, keep that pulling motion as you come up to a long-armed cobra. We'll take a couple of shoulder rolls here. Nice and slow, bringing those shoulders forward, back and around, keeping our neck long and our gaze up. And whatever way you're circling, let's reverse. And from here, if you can, stay with straight arms. If you need to, it's okay to come back to your forearms. We're gonna bring our left hand to the center, bend our right knee, reach our right hand up and around to grab a hold and pull that foot in for a gentle quad stretch. Haven't done anything for the quads yet, so now is a great time to do this. And release, switching sides. And release. Both hands back down. If you came onto your forearms, come back up to your hands. Bend the elbows ever so slightly, pull the chest forward. Press back, we're in a cobra. Holding for 4, 3, 2, on 1. Pull yourself down. Make sure your blocks are nearby. If you need to grab a sneaky sip of water. Oh no. Oh God, thank God. And we'll meet in downward dog. For me, it's my left foot forward. I come on up. I make sure I have my balance. I make sure my back leg is straight. Hands on hips. From here, back knee taps. And then again, try not to come up too high. Sometimes the first 2 are throwaways for me, but what can you do? We have 3 more. 2 more. And on the last one, we just settle down, but we pull our hips slightly back so they are stacked. We jam our front foot into the ground. Maybe jam is not the best word, but I don't know. I feel like I'm almost trying to stamp down as hard as I can. Pull that back foot forward, engage that core, squeeze the butt, 90-90 lunge, side, body, stretch. Holding for 4, 3, 2, on 1, lift up, straighten the left leg, and then reach down, wag your tail, side to side, hip break, hip break. While we're doing this, because we did this for quite a while on the other side, we'll take our forward fold though. Keep your hips down, square it off, forward fold. Have you been doing my videos and have you seen any progress? Let me know in the comments below. Also, once again, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, but do it after. Don't interrupt your workout, right guys? I hate when I'm watching flex videos and they're like, yeah, come tap it, hit it. No, focus on you and then hit that subscribe button. All right, let's hold for 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. On 1, we make our way into our low lunge. I'm getting that timer ready. Grab your blocks, sink on down, and the timer is on. Sometimes also when I first set up my lunge, I have a tendency to be a little lazy and that back hip turns out a little bit. Make sure you square off as you sink. And if you can see, I'm also taking little moments to lift up and pull in and then re-sink down. low lunges, sometimes you got to ease into them. They're not perfect right away. That's the same thing for my wheel pose. When I first push up into a wheel, I feel like my stomach is being ripped apart. But after I settle into it, I usually start to feel more comfortable. And by my third wheel pose, I feel like, okay, I can chill here. All right, you guys, we're more than halfway through. Do you like my parents' house, by the way? It's a little different than my New York City apartment. A lot less cluttered. Although they do have cats, so they have to keep some of the furniture covered or else the cats will rip it to shreds. We have 30 seconds left here. "20 seconds left. Five seconds left. All right, good, you guys. That's time. Blocks on the inside. Since we're on our knees, let's take a quick camel pose. So 2 options for the first camel pose. You can either reach back for the heels of your feet, keep pressing those hips forward. Yeah. Or you can shoot your fingertips where your knee hits. This is my personal favorite one. I feel like it opens me up a lot more. Holding for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. One more stretch, passive-ish stretch I want to do before we start doing more wall stuff is usually I have us do an L. My teacher the other day in class had us do just one block this way, going down the back of our spine. I kind of liked it. So it's more stable, and I kind of like that it digs in between the shoulders. So your neck doesn't touch the block, yeah? It's kind of, the block ends up resting on the tall setting between your scapula. Stretch your legs out if you can. Take a moment to open through your chest. And then like we always do, we'll grab the opposite elbow behind us and just let everything sink. We're gonna have one elbow in front of the other for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on one, release and switch. Switch which elbow is on top and hold for another 10. Make sure there's no tension in your neck or the back of your head. Let's see, we have 7 more, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, on one, release, gently come up. But one more thing, this is good for your shoulders. Don't shoot the messenger. Grab both your blocks. If you happen to have a third block nearby, you might even want that. You're setting the blocks up kind of like within an arm's length of your wall. I'm gonna have a sip of water. And then you're just gonna hold your arms outstretched, trying to walk down the wall. Oh, that's too close. Okay. So my arms are stretched and reaching. See, if I had a third block, that would be ideal. 2 blocks is a little easy for me. Make sure there's no bend in the elbow. Yeah, stretching and pushing. Gentle press. Holding for 10, 9, maybe I can grab underneath, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release, get on out of there. We will be doing most of the rest of the session by your wall. In my case, a door, but same thing. So before we get into our quad stretch, one more back/shoulder stretch, because we are going to be reaching back for our legs in the quad stretch. So for today, from our knees, about a foot away from the wall, we'll come into our prayer hands, elbows overhead. No, yes, no, yes. Elbows are always trying to frame your head. Place them just above head, look up, sink your chest. So when I first come into this, not super impressive. I need to get comfortable here, and as I do, maybe I can take a sneaky step back with my knees and then let my chest slide. I'm going to do this, but it's really hard to talk when I'm doing this at my full, range of motion. So it's going to be a little silent for the next 30 seconds, but this is what we're doing for the next 30 seconds. And peel yourself off that wall. Let's turn around, quad stretch time. All right, I'm gonna start with my left knee back, right foot in front. So for today, I'm not gonna have my knee at the wall. My knee is gonna be like 2 or 3 inches in front of the wall. And I am going to, boom, bring this foot forward, and we're starting in our deep lunge. I was thinking of timing this today, but I think I'm gonna ixnay timing it. And we're just gonna sit here and enjoy it. I think I'll give us a nice little countdown. How about that, you guys? Let's be here for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Sorry, no rest for the weary. We're taking it into a back bend. So a lot of my teachers teach the back bend like, ah. I don't like to teach it that way. To me, it shoves everything into my low back, and also it's a little bit of a shock to my system. I may have spoken about this in previous videos. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But for me, I like to look back, lower my blocks down first, kind of ease my way down. And then from there, I'm like, oh, I see the wall. It's right there. Boom, boom. And then from here, again, elbows driving in towards each other. Boom, boom. There's my foot. Holding here for 10. You can push away too. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come out on 1. Both hands to the inside. Take that back foot off. Come back. All right, before we skip directly to the other side, another little shoulderly thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come back into our camel. And I'm gonna say right now, I am not the best at this. So I don't have a lot of shoulder mobility. I do a lot of aerial silks, which makes all of this super tight, but I can do it enough so I can explain to you what it's supposed to look like. So again, you're gonna be like arm's length distance from your wall. And from here, again, you're gonna engage your core. You're gonna reach up and reach back. And from here, I'm a little too close. We're gonna go between sinking our butt down and then pressing away. Sinking our butt down and then pressing away. Now, keep going. I just wanna say, when I'm sinking my butt down, my arms are way too bent. I'm trying to straighten them. I've seen true contortionists just be able to hold their arms straight the whole time. I just can't do that. I don't have the mobility, but that should be something in your mind. Always trying to press against the wall and lengthen through the elbows. Let's do 2 more sets together just so I can get it into my body too. So from here, sinking down, pressing. Oh, and last set. And cool. Coming up, let's do our other quad. For me, it's gonna be my right foot against the wall this time. Remember, knee is a few inches away. Boom. Even it out. And of course, the aim should be to be mostly square the entire time. When you go in for the back bend, a little opening is okay, but you don't want to be completely twisted and open. Yeah, I think squareness in your hips and your splits is always like, unless you're working on a middle split, which obviously you don't want square hips for that, but I think it's always a kind of like a good goal to have in your mind. And that way, if they turn out a little, it's not the end of the world. You're always working on squaring them off. All right, let's hold this for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's back bend time, baby. Once we grab that foot or have gone as far as we can go, we will have another countdown. And let me tell you, it's really hard to count down from there. Remember, elbows in. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. I say before we get into our wheels, which is gonna be towards the end of the whole class, let's do one more puppy pose against the wall just to give those shoulders a nice final deep stretch. This is once again gonna be from our knees, but it's gonna be a true puppy pose. And I wanna offer you a harder variation. Instead of just reaching your arms up the wall for your traditional wall puppy pose, you can have blocks under your hands. Boom. From here, chest comes. And the hardest thing about this is it's so easy to just bend your arms and be like, oh, this is so easy. No, straight arms the whole time. And as it gets easier, you can bring your knees back and sink down further. Oh, that probably wasn't the best life choice for me. All right, I literally can't talk from there, so I'm gonna let you guys hold it, and I'm gonna count it down. Maybe I'll do a regular puppy pose, We're here for 10, much easier. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, we're in the home stretch. Let's get this workout finished with. So if you've never seen me before, my first wheel for me is always blocks at an angle against the wall. Why? One, it's less flexion for the wrists, so it's more wrist friendly. But two, for me, I also feel like it gets deeper into my stomach, and my stomach tends to get super tight because, again, with aerial, we do abs all day long till the cows come home. So I tend to have like a very tight core, and I really like the lift the blocks give me. That being said, if you hate that, if you feel like your blocks will, as mine falls, if you feel like your blocks are gonna fall and you'll injure yourself, you can by all means do a regular wheel pose, hands flat against the floor. Not gonna break down a wheel pose. I have a video about it, I think. Or if I don't, let me know in the comments below and I'll make a video about how to do a proper wheel pose. But for now, my first one is gonna be blocks at an angle. You guys do you. So, I'm gonna calm down, place my hands, shoot. All right, I'm gonna place my hands on the center of the blocks, hips up, press, stretch the arms. That's the first thing. From here, I'm trying to get my body in line with my arms, and I'm holding for 10, maybe rocking a little to open up. 9, don't let those elbows bend. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. Now that I did my one with the blocks and I'm feeling a little better about my wheel, I'm gonna place the blocks to the side. I'm going to do another wheel pose, and this time we're doing 5 wheel pose push-ups. The goal with a wheel pose push-up, I'll get into it in a second, is to eventually pull yourself into chest stand. Now I'm nowhere near that, but I'm always aiming to tap my chin to the ground. Right now for me, it's usually my lips. I'm usually having a makeout session with the ground, and that's okay. You guys can aim to tap the back of your head to the ground. I just want you to know that a big point of wheel pose push-ups is to pull your head through so you can eventually relax this whole thing on the ground and come into your chest stand. One day, maybe by the time I'm 80, that'll happen. I believe in it. I believe in it. Have you guys ever seen pictures of those old yogis, like those 80-year-old yogis in India, and they're like more flexible than all of us? They give me hope, you guys. They give me hope. All right, so 5 wheel pose push-ups. So this time, no blocks, hands framing my head, hips up, press up. Okay, from here, my arms are way out of whack. So I'm gonna kind of align everything a little better. And then from here, pulling my mouth to the ground, a make-out session for 1. Press up. For 2, press up. 3, press up. 4, press up. 5, press up. Tuck your chin, come down. My wrists already hurt. That's why I love those blocks. They really protect your wrists. All right, now we're gonna reintroduce the blocks to the picture. And we're gonna do a couple of wall walks with the blocks, and then we'll get to the last pose of the day, which is a forearm wheel. And we'll, of course, we'll do some work in our forearm wheel. So, all right. I am going to start with the blocks on high. And I am going to, no, you know, I changed my mind. Blocks on medium, blocks on medium. So this time I'm going to start in a flat-handed wheel pose with my wrist directly in front of the blocks. Make sure your blocks aren't too close because your arms aren't too close in a wheel pose, right? So make sure your hands are about shoulder width distance apart, if not slightly wider. All right. So I don't want to step on my ponytail. Wrists are down. Pull your feet in, elbows up, hips up. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, press. From here, walk a little closer in if you can. Sorry, let me just get my hands going. And we're gonna pump our chest towards the wall. So I'm pumping for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not done. Walk up the blocks. We're pumping for 5. Straighten those arms. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, either come back down or walk up the wall. Make sure you tuck it in at the top. Good, you guys. All right. It's time. It's time to get to our forearm wheel. So let's just try and get into our forearm wheel to start. So I'm going to show you the simplest way to do that. For our forearm wheel, and before I'm hanging upside down and out of breath, I just want to say, when you do lower onto your forearms, please remember they cannot be like this. If they are like this, you will have zero support to press yourself up. And it could also tweak your shoulder. So again, you're always trying to pull the elbows in. Not like this, parallel. All right, a slight opening could be okay if there's tightness, but oftentimes, if we start out that way, when we lift the other elbow up, it just gets out of control. Let's just do it, okay. All right, you guys. Okay, so for me, when I was first learning how to do forearm wheel, the easiest way for me was to come into a regular wheel first, then lower to my head, and then lower to my forearms. So, long hair is lovely, but it's so annoying for flexibility training. So, hips up, regular wheel, get yourself set up. Now, from here, head comes down. Creep, 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 creep. Elbow down, frame your head. Other arm, creep, creep, creep. Elbow down, frame your head. From here, jam those forearms down. And we're in a forearm wheel. If you want, you can walk your feet in. To come out, just look up, slither out. Now, if you're in your forearm wheel and you're like, I got in it, but it looks like SH, well, YouTube's gonna spell check it, so let's not even say it, but you guys get my drift. There's ways you can work on making it better. So that's when the blocks are gonna come into play. For me, I'm feeling really tight right now. So the different settings are basically just blocks this way or blocks this way. Blocks this way is really hard and intense. So for the sake of me not dying right now, we're just gonna do blocks this way. All right, and I'm gonna come into my forearm wheel, but you know what? I'm gonna get there a different way. For me, for funsies, I'm gonna waterfall drop back because I feel, for me, that helps open my trunk up the most. So I'm just gonna talk through this quickly, and I know I have another video about doing this. So if this is something you're working on as well, definitely go back and watch the video. This is not like a full tutorial since that's not our focus of the day. I'm just offering this as an option to people who already have this as part of their practice. So I like to start with my feet about the width of the mat. From here, I reach my arms up. I think my hands are off camera, but you guys get the deal. My arms are straight. From here, I like to bend my knees, press my chest forward, reach my shoulders backwards, my arms backwards. I engage my core. I reach up. From here, head drops back. Once your head drops back, it stays back until you are in your wheel. I engage my legs. Yeah. And I keep them straight as long as I can as I start dropping back. Excuse me. When I have to bend them, I bend them. The main thing is your head has to stay back or you'll fall backwards. From here, for me, if I have a decent wheel, forearm wheel, I can just bring one forearm down, then the other. From here, I'm gonna make my way towards my blocks. Re-pull my elbows in. I'm looking towards my hands as I pop my chest in towards the wall for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk out, relax, or if you want to come up to build strength, do it that way. That's right, guys. We did it. I just want to give you one more option. I have to turn my mat around, but another option to getting into your forearm wheel is to do a forearm stand to get into your forearm wheel. So I don't have enough room that way, so I'm going to turn my mat around. And then if forearm stand is a new practice for you, it's the same thing. Hand to the inside of the elbow, windshield wiper, arms are parallel, place them down, back up, hips back, dolphin pose, look forward, engage those shoulders, kick up, and then boom, let yourself fall. Oops, I fell off my mat, but you guys get it. Ugh. I'm in a forearm wheel. If you don't, sorry you guys, if you don't fall off your mat, if your feet don't slide off your mat, you will end in a forearm wheel, provided that you have shoulder mobility to do so. If you're really struggling just to get those forearms down, I would leave the forearm wheel. I would leave the forearm stand entrance to forearm wheel till you feel a little more confident. So that's basically it. But whenever we do crazy backbend stuff, I like to do a little bit of abbage to kind of, get the core back to support the low back. So since we have our blocks, I thought we could do one of my favorite core exercises, which is basically blocks on medium or low. I'll do medium. Medium or low. We lift the butt up, and then we're gonna lift the legs up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, shake it out. Oh, we're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that again. 2 more reps. Take a deep inhale, blocks, frame your hips, butt comes up first, then legs, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, shake it out. I'm gonna have a sip of water. I broke a nail. You guys, I broke a nail for you. You're welcome. All right, last set, and then we'll do a little bit of a forward fold, and then we'll be officially done with this workout. All right, blocks down, booty up, legs up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and sit it down on 1. Shake it out, reach up long, forward fold. drop your head, rock side to side. Keep rocking, keep going. It's time to end this sucker. Well, I don't know how long we went. I'm not sure what time I start. What time did we start? I think this is about an hour long. That's cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this workout. I hope you feel good about yourself. I hope you feel like you accomplished something. Please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like to see any sort of different back bending tutorial or splits tutorial coming up in the future. Also, any other video ideas, definitely let me know. Don't forget, you can get all of this stuff, including these little yoga socks, in my Amazon storefront. And that's all for today. Until the next time, I hope you guys have a fit and fabulous day. Bye-bye.